Have you ever taken hours or minutes trying to look for a particular table or a particular data in a SQL Server? In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to quickly find the information you're looking for in your SQL Server. First of all, welcome to my cyberspace. A lot of times when you're working with data, especially when the organization has so many data, there might not be a detailed documentation on like how to look for like the right information. And most of the time as data experts, one of the things that take our time is trying to get information and also trying to get the data ready. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the tips and tricks in understanding your table better, especially if you're working with a new database. Assuming the organization have like a schema, which I showed in the previous video, let me show you what a schema does look like, so we can have a better picture for that. If organization does have a schema like this, you can try to like, oh, how are the table related? But even with this, it might take a lot of time for you to even understand the schema. First things first, you want to be sure is that you understand the right server. The table you are looking for is in the right server, and if the table is in different server, you might want to request to get access to that particular server. But this is for you if you know that, okay, this is for you if you know that the table you're looking for is actually in this same server that you want to analyze, right? So let's quickly go to our SQL Server and try to see if how to look for a particular table. So let's show this that we have here. So this is our table. First few things you can do in simple way is just to you're already connected to your server. If you don't, just click on database ng and click on put on the server name, and that you'll be good to go. So you just click on the drop down here, and you would by looking at the table names, you might understand, okay, this is what will be in the table. Let's say you're looking for something related to sales. You're not going to come to open like something like maybe production table. You already know that you have to come downward and look for this, and that's if you already know that, okay, all you need is just in one table. Another thing you can literally do is, instead of opening up this, you can come here and right click. Make sure you're clicking on this, right click and click on the future. Let's say I'm looking for a table that looks like sales. All I just have to do is just click on sales, and I probably don't know the schema. So the schema is, I'm going to show you what the schema looks like. So now I've filtered these two tables that look like sales. It's going to give me all the table that has a sales. So if I know that the schema is let's say the schema is DBO, another thing you can do is you can remove the filter. But the best thing I will tell you is, before you remove the filter, ensure you try to close it so that you don't have all the table opened up. So I could remove the filter, and first few things, let's say I want to return all the tables that are related to human resources. So the schema that I have to filter would be human resources. So I could just filter only human alone, and that should give me. So I close this here, I click on filter setting. Now I want to filter the schema, not the name again, because what I want to do is I want to give me all the table that has the schema for human resources. If I do this, it's going to show me that. So we see right here. So this is one of the ways to quickly find information. Another thing you could do is you could use a query. Let me take away this filter. Let's try to let me come here and say sales table, and I say sales. Let me try to maybe sales person credit card, sales like customer. Let's open up this. So we see this is having like store ID, might not have so many information. Let's say salesperson. We could try to take this off. So this shows like stuff. So let's say for example, they need a name of customer name, right? And I don't want to, I'm assuming that it's going to be in something related to like person, like maybe contact or person. If I click on this, I would see like first name, last name. So So I want to find customer name, but imagine I this table doesn't have like a right definite name for me to find the customer name. How do I find this? So there's one way you could do. You could do it with an SQL query, and let's take this out. So first few things we could do is, I'm just going to rerun this query and show you like my rationale. First thing you want to do is you want to choose like your particular database. So you click on use. So what database am I looking at checking? You might not be able to use the master database here. So I am using the AdventureWorks 2012. So I'm just going to copy the AdventureWorks 2012. That's number one. I can run this first of all. So you see that this already changes here. You don't always have to run the AdventureWorks 2012, but it's best that whenever you open up your new query, your AdventureWorks or whatever database that you want to work on is being selected. If it's not being selected, you just have to run this. Now the major thing is you want to select stuff. So remember that this is like what we call, this is a column, 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 and all of this is a table. So first few thing is that we want to select some information from a particular table, but we don't know the table name. Let's just do select all from a column, right? But the column that we don't, because I know that this column is in, I don't even know the table name. So what would I do? I would just make sure I click on, I would, instead of what I want to do is then I will call it information schema. So not necessarily call information schema. So we're just calling for information schema. So this information schema is saying that I want to select some information. So this star sign means I'm trying to select all in SQL. So first few things I'm saying I want to select some information from information schema. So this is, remember I said that this is the schema in itself. So information schema is a pre-saved term in SQL. So I want to select some information from information schema. And what do I want to select? Dot columns. So there are so many things you could select. I want to select the columns because I want to know the columns or information for the name. However, what do I want to select? I don't want to select everything from the information schema. I want to select the table name because I want to know the name where the table that belongs to. I also want to select the column name so that I could see like the column name, and after I run this it will make sense. I want to select the table name, the column name, but if I select this is going to show me everything. So if I do select top 100, if I do this is going to show me all the tables that I have in my schema. So you see that it's going to show me all the tables, but that's not what I want. I want to like be more specific, right? So where, and in the next video I'm going to be talking about all of these where clause, but I just want to give you a simple query for you to search for stuff. So where what? So where the table name, I don't know what the table name is, right? So I could say where column name, where the column name is like a name. So where the column name is like a name, column name is like a name. So what does this percent sign do? It's saying that where anything, so it means it's telling you that anything can come before the name, anything can come after name. So it could be first name or name something, maybe like names or something. So if we run this, so this is showing me all of the tables that actually have some form of information. So this has reduced this to, this is still like a lot, but let's say I know that I'm looking for first name. I can make this, I can just write this first name, right? So it then reduced the information down. Then I can drill down and start looking for these tables like sales data and salesperson. But if I know that actually I know what the table name is like, but I'm not sure what the table name is, I can say, and table name, I'm guessing that the table name should be like something like sales. So sale. So best of the word, you don't want to put S in things. I'm going to just say sale. So sale. So that is going to give you this. So we say I can go to like this sales table or first name table. So this tips and trick is going to help you. So remember, the first one is you just randomly look at the tables by their names. Another one is you can do a filter. Another one is you can like use this query. You can just have this query. This query is also going to be in like the video description for you to use. So anything you want to look for, this is the column name or the table name that you can use. I hope this video was a value for time. If it was, do go to like, subscribe, and follow. And next video, I'm going to be talking about like how do you sort of like make some simple query on a table when you already found your table in SQL Server. Thank you. Ciao. Bye.